So it's Saturday night, guys, and you know what that means? Oh yes, we're going back out on another stealth camp. Right. So welcome back to the Blot Outdoor Show, Mandingos. Yes, Saturday night, back out on another stealth camp. I'm really looking forward to this one, guys. I'm going to try and camp right next to a Premier Inn hotel. When you're driving down the main road looking through some bushes, it looks like if you get around the back of it, there's like another building that looks abandoned. So yeah, you can get around the back and hide behind the Premier Inn or around the other building that's next to it. You know what I'm talking about, guys. It's going to be more the same, Mandingos. I've got a lovely, juicy steak to cook this time. I've got a nice bottle of Waspy that's been kindly given to me, a top quality bottle of Waspy. So I'm really looking forward to doing it with you. I'm going to talk loads of shite as usual, Mandingos. You know what the Blot Outdoor Show is all about, guys. Very quiet on this industrial estate, but when I go around the corner, you've got like a pub and a restaurant there, and you've got the Premier Inn hotel. Behind that, you've got a really busy road, the Wessington Way, which is probably one or maybe the busiest road in the city of Sunderland. Yeah, should be a good one, guys. Okay then, I will bring you legends back when I get a little bit closer to the hotel. Oh yes. Oh. Quickly get over before I get run over. Oh. So as you can see, folks, got a Brewers Fair pub and restaurant there, and the Premier Inn hotel is just round the side of it. So I'm going to try and get round as quick as I can. I've been having to hang around there for quite a while. I had to walk back up the street because there was two cars just parked here, one facing that way, one facing that way, and I thought it seems strange to just park like that. So I hid behind the trees there, and I could hear them saying, "There's Blot Outdoors." So I had to walk back up the street. I've waited about 6 or 7 minutes and I've came back down. So let's make a move for it, guys, before I get spotted again. The last thing I need is people, you know, coming round the back of the hotel looking for us. Heavily cameraed, CCTVs all over. People looking out the pub window. Hopefully it's people just thinking, who's that weirdo with a camera? We'll quickly walk up the door, just so you know I'm not full of shit. Just so you're not thinking I'm faking camping next to the Premier Inn. There's always someone with a snidey comment. So there you go, guys. Let's not muck about, because there's always security on these places. I don't want to get rumbled. There's a lad sitting in the car down there. Cameras all over. I'm walking right next to people's rooms here.
Hey mate.
Let's get out. Here we go, guys. Right. There's no point camping there. You know, people's going to look out the window and see us. See him there. Cameras up there. Shit. That's the pub. The back end of the pub I've just walked past. This is the abandoned building I was talking about. Hey, not bad for a fat lad, eh? There's the busy road, Mandingos. I tell you what, it's not a bad spot. That'll ding dang do for this Mandingo. Ooh. Let's have one more quick look, guys, just to see how close we are, and just to see if anyone is following me around, security or anything like that. No, I think I'm okay. Right, now I just need to find a good spot to put the tent. I can't have it too far out, because if I've got it too far out, people from the hotel are going to see it. So probably just down here, and I can sit here, put my seat up against the wall. Oh yes, this is the way, guys, the way of the Mandingo. You better believe it is. I'll bring you back in a minute. Ricicles. This is about the best spot I can find, guys. Believe it or not, but it's pretty shit. I had a walk around, I've had a look, and it's all bumpy with loads of stingy nettles, and it's not the best, to put it that way. But this'll do, guys. This'll do for me. I'll make it work, like I always do. Some people will think, oh my god, how are you going to camp, how are you going to relax with all that traffic noise? To be honest, it works better in my favour, with the hotel just being round the corner and everyone's got the windows open. With all that traffic noise, that's going to block out me talking absolute shite. You know what I'm talking about, guys. Anyway, I'm going to get this tent up. I'm going to get some gear laid out as quick as I can, because I am dying for a bottle of beer. Bring you back very soon. Okay then, my fansexuals, that's the tent up, but I'm not going to show you all my shit yet. Oh, I've got a right thirst on, so I'm going to sit and have a candingo. That's the plandingo mandingos. Oh, on the way here I just popped to the pub where Mrs. Block works at, because she's at work tonight. Just popped in to give her a kiss before I go out camping. Oh yes, guys, I'm a right smooth criminal. You better believe I am. Oh, I saw when I came back out to get in the old Vandingo, a car pulled up, a lovely lad and lass called Steve and Emma. He shook my hand. He says he's enjoying the videos, and he gave us a drink. I think they'd just been shopping, and that was part of his shopping. So, cheers, Steve and Emma. Very much appreciated. I will enjoy this because I'm really, really thirsty. Lovely jubbly. Oh yes. Why, I'm some George Best. Oh, well, while I'm sitting chilling, we might as well start off with the first part of tonight's shite talking, guys. I've still got to be careful because there's a path just through the trees there, and there's already been people walking past with the dog dingoes. I know a lot of you legends watching this now, you'll be thinking, where's little Mick? And you might be disappointed because he's not here. Well, I'm disappointed as well. I was hoping he was going to come out tonight. Fly. But he just got back from holiday yesterday. He'd been to Whitby with his family. And he messaged us and he says, oh, Chris, mate, can I wait until next week before I come out camping? He says, my legs is killing. He's probably been on the drink all week as well, so he's probably as rough as a badger's arse, if you know what I'm talking about, guys. So, yeah, little Schmick is definitely coming out next weekend, so I will make sure that is a classic stealth camp, guys. But tonight's still going to be good. You know, the main man dingo is still out stealth camping, as usual, like I always am. Well, while I'm talking about what I'm doing next week, I might as well quickly mention some more plans I've got. So I, obviously by myself tonight, like I've just said, the human dorsal fin is joining me next week on another stealth camp. The week after, I think I'm out with the two Chris's. We're going to do a mountain camp in the Lake District. I know a lot of you guys, you know, it's the stealth camping that you enjoy, but once a month, you know, once every 4 or 5 weeks, I just like to go over the Lake District for a camp in a beautiful place with beautiful scenery. I've been doing that long before the channel took off. You know, all you people that's been watching more than a year, or if you've gone back and watched the older videos, you'll have seen that all my early camping videos, you know, was in the Lake District, whether I was in there doing a van camp or in my tent. So and then the week after that, the week after the lakes, I'm going to do a stealth camp, and I'm going to go out on the e-bike to do a stealth camp. I've mentioned that a couple of times before, saying, oh, I'm going to do an e-bike stealth camp soon, and I keep getting people saying, Mandingo, I thought you said you were going to do an e-bike camp. So yeah, there's an e-bike stealth camp going to come up in the next few weeks as well, and that's a promise. I know some people will be thinking, wait, how can you do an e-bike stealth camp? Wait, instead of walking in, I'm just going to ride in on the bike, but I will find somewhere stealthy, you know. I'll make it a good one, guys. You better believe I will. Anyway, talking too much shite already, and I've got a thirst on, so I'm going to sit and have a bottle, and when I bring you legends back, I'm going to show you all my shit, all my food, all my drinks, and everything else. You better believe I will. Lice. Proper dodgy situation there, guys. I'm a little bit worried, to be honest. This is no bullshit, guys. I wouldn't lie to you. I swear down on my son's life. Just a couple of minutes ago, 2 or 3 minutes ago, along there, along the side of the hotel, just past the hotel, you've got the pub, like the pub restaurant. I'm sitting there on my seat, and I just looked over, and there was a lad with his hood up. He was walking fast towards the fence. I mean, I'm sitting here in the dark, so I just sat still. I didn't have a chance to react or anything, and I thought he was going to hop over the fence. You could see that he had his phone in his hand. I've had to get a whiskey to settle my nerves. Not that I'm scared or anything, don't get me wrong, I can look after myself, guys. But just when I thought he was going to jump over the fence and come towards us, he turned and went like up the side of the hotel, you know, the way I came down. So straight away I've jumped up, I've went along, and I've looked round the corner. There's no one there. I've went round the side of this building, because you can get up the side of here as well, and I've been round the back. I've been round the back of this building, looking round the other side of the hotel. No sign of anyone. It just seems strange, because there's no reason for anyone to be behind here. I mean, I know I'm behind here, but I'm a weirdo, aren't I? I tell you what we'll do. I'm going to walk over to that fence, and I'll press record, and I'll point the camera back in this direction, and we'll see how dark it is. We'll see what that lad, it was definitely a lad or a bloke, we'll see what that person could see from the other side of the fence looking in this direction. Right, I'll bring you back in a second. I'm going to walk over to the fence. Pardon me. Okay then, folks, I'm just going to walk up to the fence now. Right, so the lad was here. Don't know if you can see my hand. He was just here, and then he turned and went up that way. But he was definitely looking right down there where I am. Now I feel a bit more safe, to be honest, because looking down there, it's pitch black. Right, Howie, let's get back down. Just turn my light on. Ow. Yeah. From that fence, looking down here, it's pretty much pitch black, and I definitely had no lights on. I was just sitting, having a few minutes. I was just having a few minute break before I show you all my shit. Oh, I'm still on edge a little bit, but I feel a bit calmer now, knowing that from there you can't really see me down here. Right, give us a few seconds, guys, and when I bring you back, I'm going to show you all my stuff. Mice. Okay then, folks, time to show you all my stuff. Now, I'm going to quickly just say, I've got no Uncle Bensky rice tonight. Now, I know there'll be people out there and you'll be saying, oh, has he been tapped up by another company? Has there been a fallout with Uncle Ben? No, there's been no fallout, guys. And no, I haven't been offered any free stuff from any other food companies. You know, You know what I'm talking about, guys. Nothing like that, nothing dodgy at all. I just fancied having a nice steak meal. So on that note, guys, I'm going to show you what I've got for my main meal ski tonight. I've got a lovely thick cut Raheem sirloin steak that's got like a nice smoked salt butter with that. Very nice. And with that, I'm going to have some of these from Aldi jalapeno cheese croquettes. Oh yes, that's certainly going to be a meal fit for this Mandingo. You better believe it is. Okay then, guys, I'll show you all my snackaroonies. I've got some nice Mr. Kipling Victoria slices. I'll do some munching Gladbach on them later, and I'll keep a couple for me breakfast as well. Where I've got a lovely caramel capadingo. I've also got a nice can of Lilt. I get a thirst on, guys, you know, after drinking the beers and the whiskey and talking loads of shite. I've also got some Chili Kruger Biltong. Best snack for camping, that is, guys. Not just this brand, not just Kruger. Brown's Biltong is absolutely tremendous as well. I've got this from Aldi, a continental grazing platter, salami, pepperoni, cheese, breadsticks, tomato and herb breadsticks. Lovely jubbly. I think I'm going to have that soon. You better believe I am. Okay then, guys, for my drinks, what have I got? I'm back on the old Innis and Gunn Scottish beers. I've got two of these ones, the rum cask ones. I'm really looking forward to trying them. And I've got two of these ones, Irish whiskey cask. The last time I had me and Mick, when we camping on the Fun Shack, we had the Scotch whiskey ones. So I've got the rum cask, two of them, and two of the Irish whiskey cask. Them are going to be really nice. Right, my favourite bit out of all my stuff, the whiskey. I've got this, just a third of a bottle. I've kept some at home, which I'll pour back in this for my ever-grown whiskey collection. Darkness sherry cask single malt Scotch whiskey. Beautiful bottle of whiskey that was kindly bought for me from a legend by the name of John Macy. Cheers, John, my man friend. I'm really looking forward. Obviously I've had a couple of cheeky ones already, but I'm really looking forward to doing the world famous whiskey with you. Just making sure there's no one around. I tell you what, if anyone does come round, they're going to get one of them beer bottles smashed right over the top with the old Alf Garnet. You better believe it, Mandingos. Have I got anything else to show you? As usual, I've got my bottle of red wine. That'll go nice with my steak supper later on. I've got some fry light, I've got some black pepper, and I've got some chili and garlic salt just to give the steak a nice bit of flavour. I think that's about it, guys. Yes, all be getting cooked in the old pansexual.
The old
pansexual. Sexual. Right, that's enough of me talking shit for now. I'm going to have another walk around this building, make sure there's no one around, and when I bring it back, I'll be sitting having a nice little beer. You better believe it. Right. Right, folks, I can hear voices around the back of this building, so I'm going to check it out. You get a lot of young'uns hanging around here in the cars, definitely around the back of these like abandoned buildings. There's part of the hotel there. Nah, there's no one around. Oh, I just wanted to give it one more check. Pardon. I'm sitting having a bottle of Waspy, a bottle of Waspy flavoured beer. And I'm just sitting there and I couldn't properly relax because I could hear like voices. There's probably someone got a car parked up somewhere over there. You know, like a bunch of young'uns just sitting, chilling out, enjoying themselves. But when you're sitting down there in silence, you can hear voices travelling from quite a distance away. So before I start enjoying the rest of me beers and me Waspy, I thought I'd just give it one more check. You know what I'm talking about, Mandingos. So now I'm totally relaxed. I know there's no one there. I'm gonna have one of these Innocent Gun Scottish beer rum cask finish, and when I bring you back, I'm going to tell you what it tastes like, and we will talk some more shite. You know, makes sense. Nice. Innocent Gun Scottish beer rum cask, very nice. It reminds me of when I first started going out drinking, you know, like 17-year-old, and some of me friends would be drinking Newcastle brown ale, and I would be like, I'm not drinking that shit, you know, being a Sunderland fan and all that. So I would go with double Maxim, because that was made at the Vaux Brewery in the city of Sunderland, where I'm from. So this reminds me of like double Maxim, but with a little bit of a rum taste. It's very nice, guys. Very nice indeed. Anyway, time to answer another question. This one's going to be a long one, guys. So get your drinks in now and prepare yourself for loads of shite talking from this Mandingo. Anyway, the question is, out of all the videos I've done, what's my top 5 favourite videos? It's a hard one, guys. And I'm going to answer this now. I'm going to tell you my top 5 favourite videos. But in all honesty, if someone asked me this question again in another 6 months, I could possibly pick another different choice of videos. So this is just off my head now while I'm sitting here. It's hard to remember. It's hard to think. It's hard to think back which one was the best, because sometimes on
on video, you know, on watching the telly, it can look like it's a greatest camp, but behind the scenes, it might not have been. Sometimes a video might not have come across great for you legends to watch. But when we're not recording, you know, if I'm like with the two Chris's, we could be having the absolute time of our lives, sitting having a laugh, you know, talking absolute a crock of shit. But off the top of my head, I'm gonna go with number 5. It's a video I made with little Mick, the human dorsal Finley queer. This was like over 2 years ago, when I had no idea how well the channel was going to do. It was the one that's called Wildcamping at Small Water. If you don't know where that is, guys, if you're in the Lake District, if you know where the lake is, or reservoir called Haweswater, at the end of there you walk up for about 40 minutes and you come to this little lovely lake high up in the hills called Small Water, and it was just the absolute perfect place to camp with little Mick. I think I'll go back and do that one again. Maybe if Mrs. Blott comes out on a camp with me, I think that would be a perfect one. My lovely wife to come on our first wild camp. But that was a great video. I really enjoyed it. At the very start of the video, if you haven't watched it, guys, I let off the biggest massive fart I've ever done in all my life, right in Mick's face. I know it's disgusting, but it's hilarious. So yeah, that is my number 5 ski. Now let's have a little think. I'll bring you back in a second and I'll tell you number 4. My number 4 is the one called Stealth Camping Behind Medieval Ruins. It was another one I'd done with little Mick. Aye, that was the video from last Christmas. It was a right good laugh. It was the one I pretended Mick was in a suitcase, and then when he stepped out the suitcase, he was in his little Santa costume. I did try and order some costumes. I wanted to be the Santa and I wanted Mick to be dressed up as the elf, obviously. But I waited too long to try and order them and I couldn't get any. So I managed to get a little Santa costume for Mick. The funny thing is, and it's ridiculous, isn't it? I had 2 or 3 people leaving us comments saying, you're just trying to con us. You didn't really have Mick in that case. The way you lifted the case over the wall, you could see the case had nothing in because you lifted it over too early. No shit, Sherlock. Obviously it was just a joke. Mick wasn't in the case at all. When we walked down, Mick was obviously walking behind us. You guys know that, you're not stupid. It was all just a bit fun. It was a Christmas special video. You know, it's all fun and games, guys, on the Blood Outdoor Show. If you haven't watched that one, Mandingos, you know, if you've only joined the channel over the last few months, and if you haven't went back and watched my backlog of videos, make sure you check that one out, guys. Stealth Camping Behind Medieval Ruins from last Christmas. It's a classic. Check it out, guys. You know it makes sense. Right, give me a second and I will think of my number 3. Right. coming in at number 3, Pop Pickers, is the video I done with young Chris when we done a wild camp in the Lake District on Ravencrag. That was absolutely tremendous. I still go back and I watch that one now and again. I just find it hilarious. It's the one where we both had a shave and just left our tashes on, like 70s porn tashes, but we had like our sunglasses on, so we looked like 2 cops from a cheap American cop movie, if you know what I'm talking about, Mandingos. Honestly, but it was a fantastic camp. It had absolutely everything. We had a good laugh with the old porn tasharoonies. We were wild camping in an unbelievable place. The views were spectacular. It was sunny. It started raining, so we sat under the tarp. The midges were out in force. We got bit. We were like that. Oh God! And at the time, you're thinking this is a nightmare. But looking back now, it was just absolutely fantastic. What a great experience. I was in my bivvy, and I had my bivvy right on the edge of the cliff. When I look back now and I see, because I went up above and I videoed looking down onto the bivvy, and it's like, how close am I to the edge? If I just rolled a bit, I could have went over the edge. I mean, I had the bivvy pegged in the ground, so I couldn't roll over the edge. But it was a dodgy spot I camped in, put it that way, and it was a fantastic camp with young Chris, aka the King of Swing Dingo, and also known as the Shoe Bomber. Anyway, what am I drinking? Now I'm on the Innocent Gun Irish Waspy cask. Now, to be honest, I enjoyed the rum cask one, the Caribbean rum cask, better than this. You would think, me being a whiskey man, I would like this one better, but I've got to be honest, the rum cask one is nicer. Don't get me wrong, that one is still tremendous, but I like the rum one better. Anyway, I hope you don't mind us talking shit, guys. I'm just waffling on. I'm sitting here by myself in the dark, and when I'm sitting here talking to you guys, it's just keeping me entertained, it's keeping me active, and I'm really enjoying myself. It makes me feel like you're here with me. Okay then, let me have another think for a few seconds, a few seconds, and I will tell you my number 2. Okay then, folks, time for my second favourite video that I've made. Right, I've had to have a really good think about this one, guys, and it's a bit of a controversial one. The video I've chose is the one last Christmas. It was between Christmas and New Year. Pardon me, very gassy. It's the one where my tent got totally wrecked, camping high up in the hills. I think it was Grisdale Tarn where we were at, in like crazy winds. It's a proper mental video. If you haven't watched it, honestly, I'm not saying this just so you go back and watch the videos, but honestly, if you haven't watched it, if you haven't watched it, and if you enjoy watching my videos, you've got to go back and watch this one, guys. It's proper mental. It was a fantastic day. The hike up was tremendous. Great crack with the two Chris's. When we got there, it was very windy. But we've been in them conditions, you know. Loads of boy races out at night. We've been in them conditions a few times before. Normally, when it's windy like that, you know, you get set up, you've got wind for a few hours, and then it dies down. You know, it settles down. Not this night. It got worse and worse and worse, as I found out. So, it just got the point where it was unbearable. I was in my tent. My tent was wrecked. The bar was snapped. My tent got ripped, and it was lashing down with rain. So the rain was getting in my tent. Luckily, I was on my airbed that was about that thick. There was a puddle in my airbed like that, rising. Luckily, the airbed was that thick. The puddle didn't get over, but when I was moving, you know, to turn over, because you can't just lie in one spot all night, the water was running behind me back. When I was busting for a slash Gordon, I was having to zip me pants down and get a wee, and that sounds disgusting. I was having to get a pee in the puddle right next to where I was sleeping, because I couldn't step out my tent, because my tent was down, it was wrecked. It sounds ridiculous. You'll have to go back and watch it. So anyway, apart from the dramatic scenes like that, that's not just the reason why it was a great camp. Another reason was my good friend Cowboy Chris. I was also out with young Chris, but Cowboy Chris, he hadn't been out camping for like 8 months. For like 8 months solid, it was just me and young Chris once a month, and then me and little Mick, you know, once a month, and then all the rest of the videos I was by myself. Cowboy Chris hadn't been well. He'd been suffering really bad migraines, and he finally came out, and it's always a good laugh when he's out. When the three of us are together and we're all taking the piss out of each other, having a laugh, you can't beat it. So I was buzzing just because Cowboy Chris was back for the first time in 8 months. So it's not just about the video itself. Behind the scenes, it was an absolutely brilliant time. The three Mandingos were back together, but the whole day, the whole video, the experience, I had a nightmare. But looking back on it now, it was unbelievable. Anyway, God's sake, how much shit am I talking? You can tell I've had a few beers. That's my number 2 ski. Give me a second, guys. I'm going to go along there for a quick slash Gordon. I'm bursting for a pee. When I bring it back, I will tell you my number 1, the big old one ski. You know, makes sense. Licicles. Well, Mandingos, it's time to tell you my favourite video that I've ever made, and there's no way I could choose anything else apart from this one. You know, if you ask me 50 times or 100 times what my top 5 videos are, number 5 and number 4, number 3 and number 2, yes, that could change. I could tell you a different 4 videos there for sure, but my number 1 video, I could only ever choose this one, and it's the one that's called Stealth Camping on the smallest roundabout yet. That's probably the video that brought a lot of you legends to my little channel, which was really little at the time. There wasn't many people watching, believe you me. You know, I had no expectations of doing well. I did it purely for the love of camping, talking shite, drinking beers and drinking whiskey. You know, when I set out that day, I nearly didn't do it. I just got back from holiday with me mum and me dad, me son and the beautiful Mrs. Blott. Like the day before on the Friday, we'd been to Appleby in Cumbria for 4 nights in a camping pod. We came home on the Friday, and then on the Saturday I was thinking, oh, I'm dying to camp on that roundabout. I drove past it a million times before because it's in the area of Sunderland where I live, and it was just like, should I do it, should I not? Because I'd done a few stealth camping videos previously. Most of my camping videos then was like in the Lake District, as I've mentioned before, but I'd done like about 4 stealth camping videos already, and they didn't really do very well. So I was thinking, is it worth doing it? You know, am I just going to get laughed at? Are people just going to think I'm an idiot? And then I thought, what the hell? I want to camp there. That's where I want to go. I'm not bothered what anyone thinks. Luckily, I've got a lovely wife. Mrs. Block was cool. She said, just go and do it. Just go and do it. If that's what you want to do, man, then go. You do it. So I did. And I can't believe how good it went from that moment. Thank you to all you absolute legends for watching, because if it wasn't for you, this channel wouldn't be what it is. That's my favourite video. I'm speechless really at how well that done. If someone asked us, how comes that video done so well, Mandingo? I couldn't answer you. I couldn't give you an answer. I think the last time I checked, it's got like 550,000 views, something like that. You know, normally when I do my camping videos now, after a week they're on like 30 something thousand, and then after a few weeks or a few months they'll rise up to 40 something, 50, 60. If I get lucky, I might get 100,000 views. But that one video has got like over 500,000 views, so I don't know how that happened. So that's got to be my #1 video, guys. Fingers crossed I get another video that does so well, but I'm not bothered about that. I don't do it just to get the good views. Don't get me wrong, it's great when it happens. If it happens again, I'll be like, fantastic or unbelievable. But I'm quite happy doing this, what I'm doing now, with you guys watching. Few beers, few whiskies, talking shite, cook a nice steak, eat some Uncle Bensky Bates lice. That ding dang does for this Mandingo. Anyway, I have talked too much shite already, guys. That is my top 5 videos.
Time for a little chest warmer. Yes. Matron.
Oh yes, Mandingos, you know what time it is. Waspy time. And this is what I've got this week. Darkness. 8-year-old single malt Scotch whisky. This one is the sherry cask finish. Kindly given to me from a legend by the name of John Macy. Get your words out, Chris. Cheers, John Macy, my man friend. It's very much appreciated, pal. Obviously, I've been sitting chilling, having a few, and it's very, very nice. Well, guys, let's get this popped in. The old famous Cup Dingo Mandingos. Oh yes, look at that. A thing of beauty. Let's get the schneckeroni in, guys. Big grass on the old famous Cup Dingo Mandingos. Oh wow. Talk about stating the obvious. It's got big writing on the front of the bottle, sherry cask. And you really can, honestly, I'm not talking shit, guys. You really can smell that sherry so strong. See, you get a lot of people that say, yeah, I don't like whiskey, but you've probably only tried the cheap shit. I was like that before, guys. You know, your bells and your famous grouse, your teachers, old commissioner, stuff like that. And don't get me wrong, the decent whiskies, the quality, but they're not top quality like this. 2 seconds. I'm getting ahead of myself. I was going to have a taste and I still need to do some more sniffing. Oh my god. I'm getting like a chocolate orange smell, which is strange considering it's a sherry cask, and I've just told you that I got a strong sherry smell, which I am still getting, but I'm also getting like a strong chocolate orange smell, and also like chocolate peanuts. Yeah, chocolate orange, chocolate peanuts with some sherry in there. Anyway, Mandingos, that's enough of the sniffing. Let's get on with the tasting. Oh yes, lysicles. Ooh, a little bit of a kick to that. A little bit spicy. Not spicy at the point where it's burning your throat or anything like that, but a nice warmth, a nice spicy warmth down the back of the old throat dingo, Mandingo, as they say in the Downski. You better believe they do. Oh, like a taste of dried fruit. You know, like a dried raisin, or dare I say, like dried, how do you say it? Prunes? Is that how you say it? I'm not talking shit, guys. This is just off the top of my head, like dried prunes. I think that's what you call them. Oh, now after the fourth taste there, and fifth taste, I did see a chocolate orange in the smell, and I'm getting like a chocolate orange kind of taste coming through. See, now I was expecting to get more of a sherry taste, because it says sherry on the bottle, but it's more to me personally. You might taste it, guys, and you might think, What's the Mandingo being talked about? He's full of shit. I'm not full of shit. I'm telling you what I can smell and what I can taste. I've got to be honest. I'm getting more of a chocolate orange taste than sherry. With a lot of dried fruits, like I say, raisins, like dried prunes. Can you get dried plums? I don't know. I'm getting like a plum taste in my mouth. Plums in my mouth. Oh, matron, you know what I'm talking about. Mandingos. Seriously though, I'm not messing about. I am getting like a dried fruit thing going on. With a few spices. What I will say is, it's an absolute quality whiskey. You know when you just get that lovely, thick, oily, creamy, oily taste in your mouth. Not salty or anything like that. Creamy, oily, lovely. Oh my God. It is absolute top quality. I knew earlier on when I smelt it, when I had my first little sip, I knew it was going to be a high score, guys. So I'm not going to slaver on any longer. I'm reaching for the bottle, guys, and I cannot see it. There we go. Darkness. 8-year-old sherry cask whiskey. Pardonsky. Is the saying the Dudonsky? I'm going to give that, and one more time before I give the score, a thank you to the legend by the name of John Macy. Cheers, John, my man friend Dingo. I'm going to give it a massive, and I am talking a ginormous, massive 9.3 out of 10 Dingo Mandingos. Oh yes, you better believe I am. Good morning, Mandingos. 9:15. Unbelievable. I was knackered last night. I just totally crashed out. Once I'd done the world famous whiskey review, I go in the tent and I thought, right, I'm just going to lie down for a bit and chill out, watch some shite on my phone. So I got in my sleeping bag and I was just watching some random stuff on YouTube on my phone, and I must have just fell asleep. What else can I say? I've woke up this morning because I was busting for a Slash Gordon. I've just had a quick pee there and climbed back in. So guys, I didn't cook any food, but you know what that means? I am going to have a fantastic breakfast this morning. I'm definitely going to have me steak. There's no way I'm not going to have it. Look at that. Oh yes. So Mandingos, I'm going to bring you back in a few seconds, and when I do, I'm going to be cooking my lovely jubbly steak with cheesy croquettes.
Oh my God. Look at that. A lovely, juicy Raheem sirloin steak with some cheesy croquettes. The best breakfast ever. Oh yes. A little bit charred. Who cares about that? Oh, sit back a bit. Oh, that steak is just cutting so soft. Oh yes. Oh my word. Wow. Unbelievable. Oh my God. All them people there in the hotel, in the Premier Inn, they will not be getting a breakfast as good as this. Got a bit of a kick to it because I've put loads of garlic and chili salt on as well, with a little bit of red wine. I've got some water somewhere, but I can't see it. Right, a bit steak, and let's get one of them croquettes on as well. Oh yeah. Oh my word. I'm sorry, guy. Oh, I'll tell you what, this is better than anything I've done on all my food reviews. Unbelievable. When I woke up there, I've got a little bit of a headache. Oh. That's twice now. Twice I've brought them Scottish beers out, Innocent Guns, and both times I've had a headache when I've woke up in the morning. I don't normally have. Hay fever's kicking in. Yeah, normally when I'm just sticking to the cider, or little Mick normally brings 4 cans of Madry, so we share them. I don't normally have a headache or a hangover, but I've got a little bit of a one now. But this lovely steak and cheesy croquettes is going to sort me right out. Lovely. Oh my God. Sorry. It's just absolutely beautiful. Oh, I mean, that steak was just from Aldi, but I paid for one of the better ones. I think it was like $4.99, something like that, for the Raheem sirloin steak. Tremendous, absolutely tremendous. Anyway, guys, you don't want to sit and watch me eat all of this while I'm moaning and groaning. Oh, I'm getting excited over a piece of meat. So I am going to take this chance now.
say a massive thank you to all you legends who have supported my little channel this last week. It's so kind of you guys. Honestly, you really don't have to. I'll leave that link there. You know, I'm not really asking anyone to buy us a coffee. Just the link's there. And if you want to buy us a coffee, Waspy, you know, it's going to get spent on Waspy, not coffees. But yeah, if you want to buy us a coffee, that's absolutely fantastic. And I really do appreciate it, guys. But honestly, you don't have to do that. Just watching my videos, you legends, sitting watching this now, watching me eat a nice steak and talking shite. That's good enough for me, guys. Give us a like, leave a comment. I'm over the moon with that. But if you have gone out your way and you have bought us a coffee, well, what can I say? I really do appreciate it, guys. Honestly. Oh God. No, honestly, I really do appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much. You're really kind. And I'll carry on making these videos for you legends. If you enjoy watching them, you better believe I will. So guys, there's your names down there. There's your names down there. And down there, each and every one of you is an absolute legend. Thank you very much. I really do appreciate it. Okay then, guys, I'm now going to finish off my lovely steak breakfast. This has ended up being a fantastic, chilled out, brilliant stealth camp. Early on last night, I didn't think that. When I seen that lad come walking over, all the time, off camera, you know, when I wasn't recording, I was thinking to myself, is he going to come back with some mates? Has he seen us? And he's just walked off, and he's going to come back later on. It was a funny one, guys. Like I say, I wasn't scared or anything like that. I can look after myself, but you don't know if they're going to come back when you're asleep in your tent, and you don't know what's going to happen. Thankfully, no one came, and I can sit here now and enjoy this without getting my face kicked in. Right, I'm going to finish this off, get packed up, bring you back in a minute. Right.
That's me all packed up now, guys. Obviously that's where the tent was. The old Baghdad is ready to put on me back. Bin diesel with all me shite. Gonna make a move for it any minute now. I just want to quickly say, before I do go, and before I do forget to mention this, the brand new Blot Outdoor Show online merch shop is now open, guys. So get yourself on there and get your t-shirts, hoodies, sweaters, kids stuff, kids t-shirts, kids hoodies. There's loads of choice. Pardon me. There's loads of designs, loads of colour choices. You better believe there is. I will leave a link in the comment section of this video and the video description. And then every video from now on, I'll always do the same thing. I'll leave a link for the merch shop in the comment section and in the video description. Anyway, I thought I'd just quickly mention that, guys. Any second now, we're going to go for it. Just cutting past the hotel again, guys. Leaving the same way I came in. I've got about a 5-minute walk and I'll be back to the old rusty Jean-Claude Van Sexual.
Hey, mate.
How childish. That's it, Mandingos. We are out here. Stealth camped right next to a Premier Inn hotel. You better believe it. Well guys, the Vandingo is in sight, which means that's the end of this week's stealth camping video. I hope you've enjoyed it. I've had a great time as usual, Mandingos. You knew I was going to say that, didn't you? Yeah, if you did enjoy it, guys, please give me a thumbs up, leave a comment. I do read everyone. Tell people about the Blot Outdoor Show. Let's try and get this channel really going, guys. Next week I'll be back out with the one and only little Mick. That should be a good camp, and I'm going to try and get little Mick out during the week as well on my next food review. I'm thinking about doing another low star takeaway, you know, like a 1-star one, something really dodgy. Get Mick back on the food reviews and let's get some dodgy food into him. You know what I'm talking about. Anyway guys, that's it. I will see you next week. You better believe I will. Right.
Oh, matron.